Morning, morning. We are already live. Morning to our early morning Paul's Pals that should be popping in here any second. Ooh, it's an early morning.
Yes, it came quick.
Good way to put it, Dana. So quick.
Quicker than you expected.
How was your birthday, Annie?
Couple of quick notes here, quick notes. Time wasters, Brian, from now on, rule, we always send FanDuel on the email because we don't have to keep reminding ourselves I can't read it when you fax it to me or send it to me with the yellow lines. And second, please tell Kelly Root she has to copy me because I can't print right now and I don't have time to go through the whole rigmarole.
Hey, Paul.
But she just sent it to you and she copied a couple of other people, but not me.
Yep. Okay.
She needs to make sure she copies me. Just want to say it before we get rolling here because I forget otherwise. I don't want to go through the time waste again each time.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
It's Monday. We're going to approach Mondays the same way we approach Fridays, with great cheer. It's Monday, February 8th, the 39th day of 2021, 326 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. Well, the team has survived the weekend, has survived the Super Bowl, and I think it was a pretty good one all the way around, and at least it went the way I liked it. A matter of fact, Ann kept track, so we'll go through the list and see how we all did. But we've got the team. Marie Osborne is here. Just finished the news. Good morning, Marie.
Hey, good morning.
Hope you had a great weekend. And, of course, Dana Clark is here. Traffic and weather and anything else that we're talking about. Everybody joins in. First 45 minutes of the show on the line and on the radio. That's WJR Facebook's page and WJR.com. Brian Morton pressing all the right buttons in the booth, and Kim is up, and Adam on this Monday morning helping out as, of course, our executive producer, overseeing everything. Good morning, the birthday girl, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Monday.
Now, did Ed make you something special, like when you made him beef stew and the banana cake?
Yes, he made chicken wings and nachos.
Oh, we had that too.
Chicken wings and nachos?
Chicken wings and nachos, yes.
There was, at the last minute, of course, a shortage of chicken wings.
At the last minute?
I can't believe there's no shortage of chicken wings. Well, the chicken wings got more expensive than ever, I'm told. I didn't buy any chicken wings, but I was told that the price went up. Anyone else notice that?
No, I didn't notice that because I had my chicken wings a while back, so from Costco.
Scientists are busy trying to work out how to put 4 wings on every chicken.
At this time of year.
That's how they're going to solve that problem.
And just at a time when I think it was the New York Times talked about the unhappy lives of the Costco chicken.
Right.
There's a special in the New York Times talking about how they may be good for us, but it isn't good for the chickens.
Now,
the moment of silence for the chickens.
Moment of silence.
But it is proven, though, the happier the chicken, the tastier.
Tastes better.
The tastier the chicken. So, the same goes with, all animals being treated humanely.
Absolutely correct.
So
we should treat all animals, including human animals.
Oh, most importantly.
Very, very carefully. So we taste better? No, not that.
We are better. We are better.
So that we're happier.
Yeah, better people.
It is National Potato Lovers Day.
Well, we can get on board for that.
Remember when I don't know, maybe they still do because we don't get together anymore as groups, but the potato bar at a either wedding or banquet or something, and you'd go and they'd have a potato and then you'd put all that stuff on it.
Yes.
A loaded baked potato.
Really good. Yes.
That's good eating.
That is good eating. You are absolutely right.
The first cultivated potatoes date back to 5000 BC in Peru. Originally, they were purple when cooked. That's like carrots were purple.
Mm-hmm.
What is it with purple in nature? Most of the nutrients found in potatoes are in its skin. We've all heard that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to eat the skin. Well, that's where all the vitamins are.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I never believe these kinds of statistics, but the average American supposedly eats 140 pounds of potatoes per year. So look at your eyes, Dana.
Eek.
So that would be like a potato every other day?
I don't know how you could possibly get to 140 pounds of potatoes.
Oh, it's possible.
Okay, it is 5:42.
This report is sponsored by Lions Clubs International.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed, support causes that matter, change lives, change communities, change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
You've called them spuds before. You've heard spuds. That means to dig a small hole in the ground, similar to spade, a tool to dig small holes. And all of February is National Snack Food Month. We just have to come up with a few more healthier snack foods. I'm not attacking the potato. I'm just saying in general. When I think of snack foods, I think of potato chips, for example. I love potato chips. All right, on this Monday morning, let's check in now. Our WJR Traffic and Weather first, Miss Dana Clark.
Traffic first sponsored by Operating Engineers 324. Operating Engineers 324 run the heavy equipment that's building Michigan's roads. Remember to slow down, pay attention in work zones for the workers' safety and yours. OE324, we build, we operate, we maintain. Visit OE324.org. Just looking at construction out there along 75 southbound at 14 Mile. That off-ramp is closed for construction. That's through early April. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Window World. Call Window World at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW for your window, door, or siding project. Take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months. Window World is America's largest exterior replacement remodeler. Call 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW or visit windowworlddetroit.com for a free quote in home or virtual quote.
Cloudy and cold today with scattered snow showers, high 18. Snow showers tonight near 12. Scattered snow showers tomorrow, mainly in the morning, 23. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
What temperature are we looking at?
7.
Cold.
7.
Temperature cold.
I didn't want to believe that.
7. Coldest morning yet.
7 degrees.
7.
7. Well, I have 10. I have 10 on my
10.
phone. So, in the interest of feeling better,
You're going to go with 10?
I'm going to go with 10. I don't know what's going on with my television monitor, where I can usually have the temperature in the corner. It's showing all this stuff on the bottom: Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Hulu, Sling, and it won't go away. I'm not going to fool with it too
TV
much.
says 8 at the bottom.
All right, good
Mine
for you.
says 9.
You're saying
Anywhere between 7 and 10.
right?
It's
It's
always
cold.
I was just going to say, it's just temperature cold, you guys.
This is
It's
cold.
cold. I don't even need to put a number on it.
No.
Right.
Rush Limbaugh stops by. He's here noon to 3 on WJR at 5:45. He likes to kind of just check in with us, like right now.
Well, as the coronavirus took hold, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio had one of his bright ideas. He moved the homeless from shelters to some of the city's finest hotels to protect them from the virus. Now, what could possibly go wrong? At Midtown Manhattan hotels, drug addicts flourished. They used heroin in broad daylight. Residents were subjected to verbal abuse and threatening behavior. No cops were dispatched, and nobody from city government responded to multiple complaint calls. The homeless migrated into the fashionable Chelsea neighborhood and created their own encampment. They blocked the entrances to local businesses, which were already struggling because of the lockdown. I should say struggling. Residents became increasingly frightened to walk the streets. Once thriving New York neighborhoods have had their economy shut down by Democrats, then they had to take the homeless into their hotels with no supervision, no law enforcement to speak of, and no protection given to the residents or businesses of these neighborhoods. The problem's gotten so out of control that the idiot Democrat mayor finally says it's time to get the homeless out of the hotels and back to the streets and the shelters. But de Blasio's providing no timeline on when that'll happen. Things are so bad in New York, it almost makes you feel sorry for the people who elected these liberals. Almost. I said almost sorry.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Well, you can't get away with anything when your wife helps you on your show. I said, I can't imagine 140 pounds a year. And she said, Paul, between tater tots, hash browns, and Chicken Shack's buttery potatoes, you easily pack away 140 pounds of them each year. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Probably right.
I think so.
Yeah. So we've got a lot going on here today, including somebody coming by from FanDuel. And then you sent me a statement this morning, Ann. What's the statement, the group statement after the big game? Is it a good statement, a bad statement? Are they just saying how well they did, or what is that?
I think, Paul, they're just saying how well they did. It looks like they had a good night.
And their customers.
Yes. It looks like they had quite a good night. It'll be interesting to talk to them this morning at 8:18 to learn more about it and just see just how successful it was. But it looks like a big success.
Their CEO was did a question and answer in the I think the Wall Street Journal yesterday. The Saturday Sunday Wall Street Journal that comes out.
Sure.
So I cut that out because of the gentleman that we are going to have on.
So what spot did you like? What was your favorite spot last night?
Well, for me, I just I liked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning. That's pretty simple. I like the heads. I like the heads for the coin flip, and that was correct. Also, I'm just saying that they said when they and I thought, by the way, what a wonderful game to see what could be done with a couple of players who spent a lot of time together on another team, and to win the Super Bowl for this other team coming in out of nowhere in 1 year. Tom Brady and Gronkowski. I mean, this Gronkowski guy, they go hand in glove, and it shows how great it is when you get two of those people. I felt sad for Mahomes because Mahomes was far better than his team last night. And it showed that a quarterback, and we learned this before with our own Matthew Stafford, a quarterback can't be the only best player on the team.
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
In FanDuel last night, and we'll talk to the folks from FanDuel a little later, as Ann mentioned, they paid out $650,000 to people when Gronkowski scored his second touchdown. Isn't that astonishing? And like I said, people could bet on everything, and the heads for the coin flip, and of course for the win. What Ann, you took notes. Because Kim said she saw you taking notes, because I said I had notes for who everyone picked, and I can't find my notes, but you're very much more organized than me. So who did Marie? Who did you pick?
I picked the three of us did.
Yeah,
all three of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it wrong?
You and Kim are the only ones who picked Tampa Bay.
Kim and I were the only ones who picked Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
All day with all the people that I asked? Do you remember?
Most everybody picked.
It seems to me a lot of people picked Kansas City.
Yes.
Everybody pretty much. A lot of people said, their heart was really with Tampa Bay and Tom Brady, but they were going with Kansas City.
Yeah, I said that in my recorded FanDuel commercial that I had a problem because my head and my heart were fighting.
Everybody pretty much echoed that.
But I went with my heart.
With Tampa Bay, yeah.
I went with Tampa Bay. Well, that's good. And it was good for my FanDuel bet too, obviously.
This is an interesting fact. Interesting fact you guys would want to know. Tampa is a place to be because they have won hockey, they have won baseball, and now they have won football.
Wow.
That's Tampa's a championship city.
For sure. And good for Tom Brady. Congrats, man. And Dominican Sue, is he on there too? Because someone
Yes.
I bet that
mentioned
he,
Don.
I bet
So
he was
did
in
I hear correctly that another Detroit reject won the championship in Dominican Sue? I didn't realize he was on that team.
Yes, Dana, he is.
Okay.
Well, in fact, from Brady to Sue, Super Bowl 55 ties to state of Michigan. Here's what we had. Because I figured we'd be talking about this. With the Chiefs, we had Le'Veon Bell, who went to Michigan State.
Okay.
Frank Clark, who's from Michigan. Mike Dana, he went to Warren De La Salle, Central Michigan and Michigan. Eric Fisher, Stony Creek High and Central Michigan. Chad Henne, we talked about yesterday, he went to Michigan. Nick Kaiser, Portage Northern High, Grand Valley State. Tano, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, Pasangan, Tano, born in Kalamazoo. Andrew Wiley, Midland High, Eastern Michigan. Taco Charlton, of course, Michigan. This is an astounding number of people from Michigan with the Chiefs. Austin Edwards, born in Lansing, played at Ferris State. Patrick Omama. Who's your Omama? From Michigan. And then with the Buccaneers, of course, for me, most famous, Tom Brady with his connection to U of M. Although, where was he born? I don't even know that, where Tom Brady was born.
I don't know. I'll find out.
But he went to Michigan. He platooned with Drew Hansen in Ann Arbor. And then he was drafted 199th overall. This should be such an inspiration to every kid in every sport and in every line of dream, whether it's wanting to be a scientist or wanting to be anything. Nobody believed in Tom Brady. He was chosen 199th in the draft. I bet we can't even name the 198th that were picked before him back then. And he's the greatest of all time. He is why there's the word GOAT.
Well, it's really Muhammad Ali, but he is a GOAT as well. But there are a lot of GOATs.
The GOAT for football. He's the greatest of all time, I think, in football. Certainly Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time.
Born in California, Deb.
He was born in California. So there's Tom Brady. There's Antonio Brown from Central Michigan. These are all now Buccaneers. William Golston, Detroit Southeastern and Michigan State. Sean Murphy Bunting, Clinton Township, Chippewa Valley, Central Michigan. Pat O'Connor, Eastern Michigan, and he had been with the Lions. We already talked about Sue with the Lions. Drew Stanton, Farmington Hills, Michigan State, and the Lions, and Matt Wiley, Michigan, and Lions. So anyway, the point is, with that number of guys,
great.
Did Brady sign them all?
Right.
He would be in the Super
Maybe
Bowl.
we'd be in the Super Bowl. I mean, doesn't it make sense?
Yeah.
They were there. They were here. We could have grabbed them. Oh, well. You never know.
When are we going to win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Good question. No one knows.
I don't know.
We never get there.
I know.
I suspect in our group here, we'll go back to the Super Bowl. We'll be talking about it all morning long because we're going to do our annual Michigan State professors telling us which commercials they like best. But before we get to the experts, anybody have a favorite that you want to mention?
I have a few, but I can go. I don't have to go first.
You know what? I like the, I know it was kind of run of the mill or predictable, but it was kind of funny, was the T-Mobile spot with Gwen.
Wait a minute, the T-Mobile spot with
Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. I just think a lot of women related to that. I don't know. I just
set up for a blind date, and it turns out to be
and it turns out to be, what you did not want. Absolutely,
you got spurs on those boots.
Yeah. And then I did not see the commercial, but there's a lot of buzz this morning on social media about the Four Seasons landscaping. That was
funny. Yeah. Four Seasons landscaping.
Which
and it was a takeoff on
Rudy.
the Trump Rudy
Mhm.
press conference at the Four Seasons. Yeah, that was
Right.
funny. That was very funny. Well, we've got the experts talking about it, but more importantly, we've got you and us talking about them, and we have one of the creators of one that was, I think, very special and controversial. Olivier Francois will be here with the Bruce Springsteen commercial. Bruce Springsteen, the guy who never does commercials, did a commercial last night, and it was supposed to help reunite us. Didn't necessarily do that, according to all the comments I saw, but I thought it was very well done
I
and
liked it. I thought it
a
was
very,
great.
very sharp idea
I do too.
when you consider Clint Eastwood, Eminem, Paul Harvey's The Farmer. They've really done it. I think he has done a great job. We'll talk with him live from Italy a little later this morning. It is 5:57 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Lions Clubs International.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed, support causes that matter, change lives, change communities, change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
And let's check it. We're going to learn more right now. Oh, by the way, on my screen, I froze this. Detroit 9, Howell 7, Pontiac 5,
Okay.
Adrian 7. So we're all across the board temperature-wise. And let's see how we're doing with our WJR Traffic and Weather First and Dana Clark.
Traffic-wise, doing good out there, Paul. W Traffic First, sponsored by the Metro Detroit chapter of Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors National Association, SMACNA. SMACNA contractors fabricate, install, and service heating and cooling, ventilation systems, build metal roofing, and much more for your commercial, industrial, public, or residential project. They take all the necessary precautions, getting the job done right and on time. Hire Detroit's best. Visit smacnad.org. Just construction in the way along 14 Mile both directions between Novi Road and M5 that's scheduled for water main installation through March. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. Well, as we just heard from Paul W., anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees. In my area, it says 7, so we'll go with that. The wind chill, it feels like it is near 0. So today, snow showers early, chance of lingering snow showers later, a high of just 18. Tonight, occasional snow showers, your low 13 for Tuesday. More of the same, flurries or snow showers, possibly early, and a high of 22. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Marie Osborne in 1 minute.
So Dana, what did you think of the halftime show?
He needed a guest. It was good. He was very good. I liked The Weeknd. He has great songs. He's kind of a mellow person anyway. But midway through, he needed a guest to come out like they usually have. He needed a rapper to come out and kind of hype it up a little bit. And you know how Bernie was the meme everywhere a couple weeks ago? Well, now his meme is everywhere from being inside that and looking around. And
Saw that.
yeah.
You know what? That show was clearly not aimed at us. Even our age. And I mean, I'll say you, Dana, because you're much younger. Even you. But 17-year-old Sophie thought it was, as they used to say, the bomb.
Oh, really?
She thought it was a great show.
Okay.
She has tickets to see him when he comes to the Detroit area.
Okay.
And that concert's been moved to 2022. If anyone even still knows who he is then, I suspect they will. But
yes.
So she loved it. And that maze, when he was in that,
Yeah.
I said, what the heck? She explained that that's just like all of his album covers.
Oh, okay.
Which,
well, she's a fan.
She is definitely a fan.
He's very talented guy. But to me and everybody that I talked to in my household and some other people said, more like the weekday.
Yeah.
It was a weekday,
not the weekend.
Right. That's
funny.
the buzz that I saw on social media last night.
Yeah.
Most of the people on social media said not enough diversity, needed other stuff.
Yeah, exactly what Dana's saying. Just very underwhelmed.
Bring another person.
Yeah,
well,
add some other talent with it. That's what we kind of got used to now.
Yes,
He's
we're
kind of
used to
stuck.
that.
The idea of having Prince stand up there, which
Right,
was
that
the
was amazing.
gold standard,
Yeah.
it's going to be hard for one single person. And we've had some pretty big stars, but then they bring in someone else lately.
And he didn't have as big a crowd, too. So there
Mhm.
wasn't as much energy as you would normally see, with the crowd going crazy and, it was a smaller crowd. So
I wonder what he spent the $7 million of his own dollars on. Remember, we said he was spending $7 million of his own dollars.
maybe on those people, all the people that were,
The people.
like
They wouldn't let him get,
pumping him. I don't know.
The beginning was pretty cool when he was in that car. It looked like a video thing, and then he actually got out of the car. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know.
But I mean, it was okay. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the worst performance.
I didn't read my column yet, but I had the trouble of, I think I told you this Friday, probably, maybe. I don't know if I told you this, but I had to write my column on Thursday that would run in today's paper. And what was the biggest story today? The Super Bowl. So I had to pretend to know what happened.
You picked the right person, didn't you?
I did pick Tampa Bay. I said I thought I don't write the headline. Pre-game, post-game thoughts. This is not a complaint, just an explanation. This morning, everyone in the world knows what happened in Super Bowl 55, except me, as I write this to almost meet my Thursday deadline. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, so it was Friday morning. The big game hasn't happened yet, so I can only guess about what happened here. I'm guessing Tom Brady showed why he's the GOAT. But I did cover my bets. Speaking of FanDuel, I said, on the other hand, I believe Patrick Mahomes showed why he may be the young GOAT in waiting. And he did, actually. Being a fellow University of Michigan grad, I would never bet against Brady. I had an internal struggle between my heart and my head. I'm thinking while some of the big guys sat on the commercial sidelines this year, where the Budweiser, Clydesdales, it will be deemed, though different, a pretty good lineup of creative messages from some of the old standbys as well as the new guys on the block. And I thought the commercials were pretty good. I mean, we've had years when we've said the game was just okay and the commercials, not so great. I think the game was great and the commercials could be falling into that great area. I also said, finally, I sensed the weekend made Canada proud, because that's where he's from, and gave us an excellent and maybe bit of eccentric halftime show.
It was. You did a good job. Did a good
all
job.
in all, I'm thinking a rare Super Bowl trifecta might have taken place Sunday. A great game, a great halftime show, and some great commercials. And we needed that. I know for sure. Anyway.
I liked that Anheuser-Busch "Let's Grab a Beer" commercial.
Which one was that?
Really good. Really cute.
Brian has all of those. Maybe we should
grab a beer.
Maybe throughout the morning we can play some of those. But I think a lot of us will not forgive them for not having the Clydesdales.
It was very.
Hey, you know what? Did you see the Rocket Mortgage one? They had now that was funny.
They had some very funny with Tracy Morgan.
That commercial I like.
Pretty good. I think it's okay. Yeah. I think it's okay. What was the line they used? I think it was,
you want to be
pretty good.
Pretty good or certain. Pretty good.
Pretty certain. Pretty good. Yeah. And they go, really? Pretty good?
I love those.
That was very well done.
Wayne's World was funny to me. Remember Wayne's World with Cardi B?
Yeah.
That was funny.
I remember Wayne's World when Wayne's World was active.
Me too. And then somebody, Patrick, like the M&M's commercial was funny. That was funny.
Coming up, we're going to talk about GM's commercial with Deborah Wall at 6:18. And behind GM's commercial with Will Ferrell. That was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
People love the Will Ferrell. I haven't seen social media people, but people before the game, because they put it out there. But I never paid close attention to it until last night to get an idea of what the heck was going on, why Will Ferrell was hating Norway, and it was very funny all the way around.
It was silly, yes, very.
But this woman is their new. What is her position, Ann? What's it called?
The Global Chief Marketing Officer.
Right.
She's behind the spot.
We started with Mark Royce, and he said, "No, you want her."
Got to talk to Deborah. Yep.
She has been on with us before,
Mhm.
which he didn't realize. But yeah, we're looking forward to speaking directly with her, as well as you had mentioned Jeff Hoos from FanDuel.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Monday morning to you. It is indeed the 8th of February, the 39th day of 2021. There are 326 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. The team is here and trying to stay warm with you. It's anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees, and that's the actual temperature. That's not the wind chill. I don't even want to talk about the wind chill. Doesn't matter. It's bitter cold without the wind chill, so you can only imagine. Marie is here warming our hearts, and with the news. We don't get to hear the news while we're doing this on our WJR FaceTime page and WJR.com. Anything we should know about? Is the world safe, Marie?
The world is safe. The world is safe. Everybody's still talking about the Super Bowl, of course, this morning.
Of course, including Dana Clark, who's talking about the Super Bowl and checking our traffic and weather and whatever we're talking about. Brian Morton pressing all the right buttons in the booth so we can actually be on the air. And he starts that very early in the morning, I might add. And Kim is helping out in the southernmost portion of Detroit. And, of course, our executive producer holding it all together and looking none the worse for wear after celebrating her birthday officially yesterday, our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Monday. Happy Super Monday.
Super Monday.
Yay.
Hi. I am not going to be able to come
Right.
in today. I think it might be a touch of the flu. I'm not sure yet. Jim won't be able to come in today. I've never seen him like this before, but I don't think it's COVID, but he's not feeling well.
No, you're so afraid. Yeah, don't come in. Don't come in, please.
Yeah, that's right. Don't come in. There's still a lot of people like us who don't go in, so we don't have to call anybody, but we do have to show up.
Yeah.
It would be obvious if one of our squares was empty.
Had an X over it.
So we were talking about not that, the X over the square.
Yeah.
So we were talking about some of the commercials. The football game, I thought, it didn't go exactly the way I thought it would. I thought that Kansas City would be in it much more than
they were not in it.
They were not
They
in
didn't
it.
even score a touchdown.
And it thinks, I mean, it shows you can have a great quarterback. I mean, why am I saying this to Lions people? We Lions know you can have a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Some people don't think that he was a great quarterback, but by all statistics, he was a great quarterback, Stafford, and yet he couldn't drag us into a Super Bowl. And Mahomes, was he off or was the whole team off?
He was hurt.
Because he lost his couple of linemen. He had a couple of very all-star linemen that were there to protect him that weren't there.
They were not there.
It shows you how important those linemen are.
Yeah, Mahomes was in trouble.
To take care of the quarterback. But I got to tell you this. He really is a goat in waiting. I mean, because I've never seen anyone throw passes in the positions he found himself. I mean, spun around and falling to the ground and still threw it across the field, almost right into the hands of some guys. I mean, literally, some of these guys got hit in the head with the football, and they weren't catching it. So that was kind of sad for him. But I've never seen the way he could get out of trouble and still send off that football in positions with accuracy that are just mind-blowing. So,
Should we get him to come here?
Right, somebody. We need Brady. Forget him. Get Brady. Get Tom Brady.
He signed a 10-year, $500 million contract.
He's not
if I read it correctly the other day, I asked about this the other day, $50 million a year for like 10 years. So I don't think so.
Right, exactly.
I don't think so.
He's so
The other question is,
he is.
It seems he is very likable, and he's the future of football. Let's face it. But the future of football got his head handed to him by the past of football.
True.
Mr. Brady looks like he's all set to fulfill the second year of the 2-year contract, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks great.
The only thing, though, and I don't mean to, I'm not implying anything by this, but where was his wife?
Oh, she wasn't there? They didn't show her at the end?
They showed at the end. I stayed through the whole thing, and then beyond that, I stayed for Queen Latifah's debut.
Equalizer? What was it?
So I saw one of the late night shows. I forgot his name.
Pumped up.
But I don't watch all the time. But he, and got a message from me at like 1:10 saying, "I can't find my something."
Oh.
So I was still up.
And did you respond to that, Annie?
No, she was sleeping, thankfully. I just meant first thing in the morning, I knew she'd responded.
Oh,
she did.
Okay.
She did, because there's certain things I got to get done before I come on the air, because once I'm on the air, it's not easy to do all that. But anyway.
I don't know where. The kids didn't come out either?
The kids were on the podium.
Were there.
Kids were there.
Well, maybe.
And a couple of times they showed the up in the stands and said, "There's Tom Brady's mom and dad." And I would think, if she was anywhere, she'd be up there with his mom and dad.
Uh-oh.
Didn't see her there, and I down on the podium. The kids were there. No, I'm not implying anything. I'm just wondering.
It was a little weird.
I'm just wondering where she was.
Working? Probably not.
Maybe. I mean, she could have been somewhere in the world, because she makes more money than Tom, I'm told, doing what she does as a professional model. I mentioned that Sophie really liked Weekend, and I think they were aiming at that age group. I'm not sure why, 17. But I'll tell you what she didn't like was they came right out of the Weekend halftime show, which certainly had kids gathered around, and they went into the commercial for Clarice.
Yeah.
That freaked her out. And I don't know why they do that. They know it's a family show.
Right.
Super Bowl basically is a family show. Generally, you think it's safe. And then they come out with, I know they have to promote while they can with the biggest audience they can, but man, some of those Clarice commercials scared the bejesus out of you.
Spooky.
It was kind of spooky.
Silence of the Lambs is an all-time classic. So I will check it out.
Scary.
Yeah.
We were talking about having to get a vaccine or not having to get a vaccine, and can they keep you from coming to work? We covered that weeks ago. People are just now starting to talk about it for the last couple weeks. A long time ago, and it was weeks that you booked somebody that we talked with about. Yeah, they do have the right to do it, and so then some companies are going over and above to get you to get your vaccine. And I read here, Kroger is the latest retail chain to offer to pay workers to get the COVID-19 vaccine. They will pay employees $100 if they get vaccinated.
Right.
People are going to go get their shot.
Yeah.
$100. 6:14 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
Deborah Wall, GM Global Chief Marketing Officer, as we talked about earlier, coming up here at 6:18, talking about Will Ferrell, General Motors, their commercials, and for that matter, their product that they're very proud of. As we check now our WJR Traffic and Weather first with Dana Clark.
Paul W. Patrick said nobody covered the streaker. Did you see the streaker? That was funny.
I did see. I didn't know they were a streaker. I knew somebody was on the field, and I saw his head run by as they go out of their way not to show, because they don't want to encourage people to do it. Right. I didn't know that he was a streaker. Thank God. I
said it's only 5 people in there, and they let the guy on the field. So that was funny.
Did he have a mask on? Did the streaker have a mask on?
He did not.
If he did, apparently that was the only thing he had on.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
But I got to tell you, on a serious note, that's right. There's nobody there, basically, so and this guy still gets on the field.
Right, scary.
And that's dangerous. You don't know what those. Thankfully, they're just idiots, drunk, and they're running around showing their shortcomings. But but the fact is, the guy could have meant to do harm and could have done it.
Absolutely.
So that's not somebody's head. Somebody's
in trouble.
Somebody's in trouble. Heads rolled. It was actually the guy who quit the U.S. Capitol Police, and then he got this job Maybe not. Okay.
All right. We're behind. Sorry, Brian. Traffic First sponsored by Shelving.com. Optimize floor space in your business with Shelving.com's wide selection of products from Unirack pallet racks to mezzanines. Get 10% off select products site-wide. Code WJR10. One-time use per customer. That's WJR10. Shelving.com. We rack your world. Just construction. 75 southbound at 14 Mile. That off-ramp is closed. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Michigan's Great Lakes Bay region. When you go great in pure Michigan, you don't have to go far to find your best vacation self. Breathe fresh air on one of our regional trails. Sample a taste at your leisure along our beer and wine.
Snow showers, highs only in the upper teens. More snow showers tonight near 12. Scattered mainly morning snow showers Tuesday. Decreasing clouds in the afternoon, 23. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ken Boone on News Talk 760 WJR.
And we've already figured out, depending on where you are, it's between 5 and 10 actual degrees. So, yes, it is bitter, bitter cold. Remember that when you go out, if you go out. The kids go out if they go out. Your pets go out if they go out. And they think they have to. So be aware of that and be careful, because it's the kind of cold you cannot take for granted. All right. I was worried about Giselle Bundchen. I couldn't see her, but she was at the game.